What if you could change how you feel on demand to go from being stressed out, overwhelmed, and feeling like you've lost control to being in a state of calm and just feeling like you're okay? I'm Kirsty, and by the end of this video, you are going to know a simple way to engage your mind and your body in order to step out of that feeling of chaos and into a calmer version of you who can think straight. Okay, so stick around and we'll work through a routine to do this together. But before we can do this, it's useful to know what's happening and why, because knowledge is part of your healing process, right? Okay, so when you feel overwhelmed and you're stressed out and you get that feeling like you can't think straight, it's almost like your brain shuts off, like the lights go out, isn't it? Let me know in the comments if you've ever experienced that. Where there's so much emotional response happening that you just can't do anything, because that is exactly what is happening. That frontal lobe of our brain, the prefrontal cortex if you want to get technical, it literally shuts down and the amygdala takes over. Now that amygdala, that's the part of us that detects danger or threat, or the perception of danger and threat. So when you have anxiety, when you have that stress happening, the amygdala is sending signals to shut down the thinking part of your brain, and you're left with that OMG, I don't know what I'm going to do. What was I doing? That blank space feeling. It's like a mental paralysis. So that is what is happening in a nutshell, without being too technical, because regular people don't need all of these big words. Let's leave that to the neuroscientists, okay? What we do need to do is to get our thinking back. But how? We need to work with our brain, our amygdala, to send that signal that we're okay, that we're safe, that we aren't in danger, that we need to be able to process, to access that cortical region so that we can get our sense of ourself back. And I want for you to think of your amygdala as this toy. Okay, I want for you to think of your amygdala as this. So life happens, okay? Life happens. We've got kids, there's family, home, you'll be in the taxi, there's work, there's presentations, meetings, deadlines. There's an accumulation of stuff. All of the things that's asked of you all of the time. And your amygdala's like, okay? Your goal is to bring this back down like it was to begin with. Okay, just like turning a dimmer switch on like a light switch. When it's too bright, you can turn it down, can't you? You adjust that switch and turn it down. But because you're not capable of thinking at the moment, there's absolutely no point in trying to think yourself out of this mood that you found yourself in. It isn't going to work. You absolutely have to work via the body. It's a bottom-up approach that's going to make this kind of collapse back in and get back to the regular way of thinking, the regular way that you expect yourself to be able to behave. It's not a top-down approach. So how do we do this? Okay, get comfortable, my dear. Do not be driving or in charge of any vehicle. Do not be doing anything where it needs your attention, okay? You need to be somewhere safe. You need to be somewhere where nothing requires your attention. So basically, if you need your eyes open to continue doing what you're doing right now, then pause this video until you are free to close your eyes, okay? So I shall continue because I know that you're sensible enough to give this your full attention. So close your eyes, sit with yourself for a minute, bring your attention inwards. And by that, I mean pay attention to your body. So as you close your eyes, notice your breathing, okay? Maybe you can notice your lungs inhaling and exhaling. And what we're going to do is we're going to go into a process called heart connection, where you feel into your heart. So just breathe however feels comfortable. There's no right or wrong. Just breathe into your heart, okay? And just be curious about how it feels inside your body. And you might be able to pay attention to how your heart is beating. Whether it's really fast right now, And if it is, you'll notice that it will start to slow down. And maybe what you can do is just find your pulse. So just put a couple of fingers on the inside of your wrist and gently press down. And just connect in with that pulse for a moment. Connect in with that pulse for a moment. And just imagine what that pulse looks like, inside your heart. You're just bringing your awareness back to your body, remember, because when we're doing this, our body knows that we're safe. And so it's almost like it's sending that message back to our brain that actually, okay, amygdala, you can calm down now, you can chill out because everything's okay. It's your brain and body talk to one another. So I wonder if you can see your heart in your mind. As you just continue noticing your pulse, continue with your fingers on your wrist, in your lap where it's comfortable. And just in your mind's eye, just imagine you can see your heart beating. See your heart as you look at it, and you can imagine that it's beating in tandem with your pulse, slowing down with each breath. And if your mind wanders, then just be okay with that. Just bring your attention back to now and what you're doing, how you're feeling, and how things are all slowing down. And you just want to sit with this process. Just paying attention to that pulse in your wrist that you can feel in your fingers. Just paying attention to the beat of your heart in your chest. Noticing how it's slowing down as you slow down. And you don't need to be doing this anywhere that anyone's going to notice. You don't have to sit there with your hand on your heart if you're at your desk and you're having a bit of a meltdown. If you're one who hides in the toilet like I did, I fessed up in my last video, then you can do that. No one's watching. But just spend a moment with yourself. And if you've got 2 minutes, 3 minutes, then that's even better. To just spend time with yourself, acknowledging your body and how it can slow down when you pay attention. That's all we're doing, is just paying attention to the beat of your heart. And if you have your hand over your chest like I do now, then you might be able to feel your heartbeat slowing down. If you still have your fingers on your wrist like so, you might be able to feel your pulse slowing down. And that's all we want to do, is just to bring the body back into a place of peace, a place of calm, so that the brain can catch up. And you might find that you need to sit like this for 4-5 minutes. Whatever feels good for you. So you can do that now, pause and have some time to yourself. And continue. It's really, really simple. But let yourself enjoy it. Let yourself have a moment of time to let everything calm down so that your mind can catch up. So that's essentially what we want to do. So just to recap, when you've lost that sense of thinking power and you're feeling overwhelmed, it's because your brain has literally shut down. Your brain is not thinking. So you need to have that body approach, a bottom-up approach. So we want to work with our body so that it can do all of the amazing things that it does, to slow everything down so that your body sends the message to your brain that you're safe, that everything's okay, and that the lights can come back on again. All right? So I really hope that you find this useful. Do have a go. Make sure you persevere with this. Do it more than one time. Like with anything that we're learning, it's a new skill. So if you liked this, you might find that you really like one of my hypnotic relaxation audios. And I have got a free mindful relaxation that is available for you to download right now. I will put the link below the video. And you can go and take 10 minutes at the end of the day, just wind down, feel calm, and just because that's the technical term for what we do at the end of the day. So go and have a little look. The link is in the description of this video. And please, if this has been useful, like the video, subscribe, perhaps send it on to someone else, because you never know who might need a little bit of support today. And also, you will get the notification of my next video of why I said persevere and don't practice. We don't want to practice because practice isn't any good. So you should be aiming for something else. So like, subscribe, and don't forget to download that audio now so that you can let go a bit of the day.